Hi Capricorn, Jessica here with Cardinal Signs. I hope that you've had a wonderful month of August so far. So this decision reading is going to run from about mid-August through to mid-September. This is meant for those of you who are kind of in the Two of Swords energy, where you've got a choice that you need to make, but you feel like you need a little bit more information before you can proceed forward with clarity about that. So we'll be looking at two potential choices, two options here, path 1 and path 2. Just take a moment and assign one of your options to be represented by path 1 and the other one to be represented by path 2. So let's start off here. Overall energy for path 1, we have the Six of Pentacles. Now we've got the Hierophant. This is nothingness. And we have the High Priestess. Now these are two things that you need to consider about this path. And now we're going to look at a potential outcome if you were to choose to go down this path. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience. And we have the Nine of Wands, which is exhaustion. Okay. So with the Six of Pentacles, this can be about a partnership. This can be about you trying to kind of find that balance point between you and another person. This could be in business, but it could also be more of a personal relationship as well. There can be a little bit of kind of like a trickiness about this. There can be some ego involved where you're trying to please each other. There can be a little bit of jealousy going on as well, perhaps. Now, something that you need to consider here. I have the feeling that this is something with fairly long-term significance. Like it's really going to take time to pan out, or it's going to have long-term effects. So this isn't so much like just a small thing. It seems like it's going to stick with you when you make this decision. You'll feel the effects of it for some time to come. This can be, because we have the Hierophant here, this can be something a little bit more binding. So for example, when we're talking about partnership, this can actually be talking about like marriage, that kind of thing, or if it's business, some kind of contract that you'll be signing. You have inner voice here, so this is telling us that you really need to go with your gut instinct. So if you feel within yourself that this is good for you, that this is in your best interest, then go forward. If you are having any reservations, if something doesn't feel quite right, if this other person who's involved here you're not quite sure about them, and maybe they're giving you mixed signals, saying one thing but they're doing something else, then don't rush into it. Take your time and make sure that you're really clear about what they're going to be bringing to the table and what they expect of you and what you're going to be expecting of them. So kind of like holding up promises and keeping promises is coming in here. So make sure that that's all settled. If you were to go down this path, we have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Nine of Wands. So again, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Patience card, this is really speaking about kind of long-term planning. So you've probably already kind of started things, set things in motion, but it's going to take quite a time for it to really, like the rewards of that to be apparent, or to fully play out here. Definitely a commitment is coming up here. So this is for the long haul, whatever it might be with the Hierophant and the Seven of Pentacles. So really make sure that you don't rush into this, and that you fully understand what you're getting into. So this is also going to be asking you to draw on your own intuition. So you can ask those questions, whether you meditate or if you ask for guidance through dreams. Ask for that guidance to help you, because it seems like this is a fairly weighty decision. It looks like this is going to be something that is going to be fairly taxing on you, like fairly demanding in terms of your energy, your time that you input into it. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it's ultimately very rewarding, possibly on a material level, but I think also on an emotional kind of fulfillment level, like a sense of accomplishment coming up here. Job well done and well worth the effort. So let's see for path 2. Overall energy, we have the King of Wands, the Creator. 2 things to consider. We have the Three of Cups, Celebration, and we have Courage. This is the Strength card. Where this path could lead you if you chose to go down it. We have the Eight of Wands, which is traveling. And we have the Sun, Innocence. Okay. So, some of you might be dealing with a Leo because we have the Strength card and we have the King of Wands. So some of you might have like a fire sign, or at least someone who has a lot of personal pride. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but they just have, they carry themselves with a lot of grace. They have a lot of courage and very self-confident individual. And this could be you too, coming in here. With this being the overall energy, is very promising. There's a lot of creativity apparent here. This is the Creator. So if this is anything to do with creating or building something new, then it looks very promising. I consider this card to be kind of like a mini sun when this comes up, and you do have the Sun as well, only because there's this intense fiery energy. Again, it's coming up here with like gut instinct, because we can see that this fire is right here. So this can be something that you're really passionate about, that you're really being drawn to, you're being pulled forward to that, and it's kind of like a visceral feeling. A lot of fire. Now, 2 things to consider here. This is always an interesting pairing with these 2 cards in particular, because this is fairly self-explanatory. It's celebration, it's feeling good, it's having fun with friends, family, people that you enjoy spending time with. But paired with courage here, we're drawn to the fact that there's a lot of water in this card and that it's raining. And this is a very dry, arid card here. And the rain is exactly what this card needs. So there may be a situation that you find yourself in where you've felt that things are very non-conducive to your growth and development, almost like you're being starved of something that you need in order to grow and expand forward. And then you have this beautiful rain coming in whatever form that might be, kind of like speaking in a spiritual sense here. Something is coming in and nourishing you and allowing you to set your roots down and grow and expand forward. So these cards here are definitely very self-exploratory. This really feels like you're kind of branching out into a new direction that really gets you excited, really ignites your passion. You feel very light and optimistic about it. A lot of these energies are coming through here. This can be, this kind of comes up with like a pioneer energy where you're going to a place and it might be something that no one else has done before, kind of like forging a new path for yourself. And it appears that you're going to be given exactly what you need in order to be able to thrive and survive within that new path here. Now, where this could lead you, maybe relocation. You may have to actually physically relocate if this is your choice with the Eight of Wands here, or you may have to do a lot of traveling or communicate or collaborate with people who live far away from you. This is a card of communication, so that can really be opening up. It's paired with the Sun, so this appears to be a very good option for you. For those of you who want a fresh start, this option is kind of screaming of, you know, brand new energy, fresh beginnings, kind of setting out on a new path and putting roots down in a place that you haven't been before. It looks very good. I'm going to pull, let me just grab my other deck here. I'm going to pull an additional card for each of these paths just to get some additional energy, just a feel for what else is going on. So for path 1, what else does Capricorn? So we've got healing. Path 1. This, okay, I'm being drawn to the fact, so we have two people being featured very strongly, kind of coming to that balance, like even ground, compromise, trying to come to an agreement, basically. And I'm drawn to the fact here that we have these two bottles. So again, they're kind of representing two people or two energies. And we have healing here. So there may have actually been some conflict where things weren't working out very well. There was some tension. There was the inability to reach an agreeable compromise. But it appears that you have this healing energy, which is going to help to soothe that and resolve that and allow you to move forward together in partnership that will be successful. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy necessarily. There's definitely a lot of work that needs to be done. It will be fairly demanding, but it will also be very rewarding as well. So for path 2, what else does Capricorn need to know about path 2? Additional guidance for Capricorn for path 2. And this one. Okay, so we've got listening here. Now that goes well with this. So this would appear that there will be some messages coming in for you, some communication, and it's important that you are open to receiving those messages and that you pay attention to them and listen to what they say. These will most likely come from people who are close to you and perhaps have a unique perspective into where it is that you where you've been, and kind of like give you some insights, some tips, pointers maybe onto where it is that you're going. Especially for those of you who are actually going to be relocating, I feel like you're going to have at least one contact that you know in the place where you're going to end up, or that you're going to be traveling to, visiting, who can help you out. I definitely feel like there's some friendship available to you, some further guidance that people will be able to offer to you, and all you have to do is ask, and it's coming quite readily for you. So both paths look very interesting. So overall, this kind of feels more of a path of partnership, where this one feels a little bit more like you're going it alone, but you still have like a support network around you. Not so much like a close pairing partnership, but more like you're independent, but you still have like that network of support within your social circle. So, of course, I can't make the choice for you. My hope is that this has just given you something else to think about, perhaps a different perspective on what it is that you're trying to decide on. So I hope that it was helpful for you, Capricorn. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.